Good morning students. Let us we have to start a new topic in our syllabus, that is integral calculus. And in the integral calculus, in this lecture we have to start the reduction formulae for the some standard functions, and in the reduction formulae we consider some functions such as the x raised to the n e raised to minus x, or we consider the reduction formula for the function x raised to n e raised to ax. Here in this lecture also we prove the reduction formula for x raised to the m sin of the nx, also the formula for the function x raised to the m cos x raised to the m cos nx, and also we learn the formula for the function x raised to the m log x bracket raised to the n. Now step by step we learn the reduction formulas of these functions, and so we let us take the first function for finding the reduction formula, and here the first is the reduction formula for integration of x raised to the n e raised to minus x multiplied by dx. In this reduction formula, the functions are the x raised to the n and e raised to the minus x, means the product of the two functions. And we know that in integration, if we integrate the product of the two functions, that time we consider the part rule. And we know that the part rule for the integration is that, means I write here the parts rule for the integration, and we know that the part rule is the integration of uv multiplied by dx is equal to the, in this uv, here both u and v are the functions defined in terms of the x. So the integration of the product of the two functions is the first function is the same integration of second function minus integration of the second function multiplied by derivative of the first function. And here we use for integrating the x raised to n e raised to minus x to this formula. But before considering this formula, there is a choice for the first and the second function in integration, and that choice is depending on the word LIATE. In this word, there are here L denotes the logarithmic function, I denotes the inverse function, A is the algebraic, T is the trigonometric, and E is the exponential. Here the first and second function is depending on the choice of the, here the letters present in this word. In this case or in this example, there are the two functions, one is the x raised to n and that the algebraic function. So algebraic function is the here, and then e raised to the minus x means the exponential function, and exponential e is after than that of this a. So your choice is the u is the algebraic function and v means the second function is the exponential function. So for finding the reduction formula for the x raised to the n e raised to minus x, we consider, means here we write by parts rule, integration uv dx is equal to first function same integration of second minus integration of second multiplied by derivative of the first function. Now in this case we consider here your choice is the u is the algebraic function, means u is equal to x raised to n and v is the exponential function, and so we consider v is nothing but the e raised to the minus x exponential function. Now we put that values in the your part rule and we get integration of uv dx means x raised to the n e raised to minus x multiplied by dx is equal to first function same means the x raised to n is the same into integration of the second function. Your second function is the e raised to the minus x multiplied by dx minus integration of the second function, and integration of second function means integration of minus x into the dx, and the derivative of first function means we write here d by dx of the your first function, and your first function is the x raised to the n. Now we integrate this integration e raised to minus x dx and also take the derivative of x raised to the n, and we know that the integration of e raised to minus x as the e raised to the minus x, and in integration divide the coefficient of this x, and we get here your first function is the same, and for writing the integration of this we write e raised to minus x and divided by the coefficient of x, and coefficient of x is the minus 1. Now minus integration of the integration minus x dx means this term is present in this case, and the value of the integration e raised to minus x dx is nothing but e raised to minus x divided by the minus 1 multiplied by the derivative of x raised to the n, and this is the standard formula in the derivative, and so we write the power is multiplied and x raised to the power 1, and so x raised to the n minus 1 multiplied by dx. This can be written as this minus sign here minus x raised to the n e raised to minus x. Now in this term we take the common, we take the constant outside the integration, and that constants are this n and this is the minus 1. So this minus 1 and this minus 1 plus, and n is taken outside the integration, so plus n multiplied by integration of x raised to the n minus 1 multiplied by e raised to minus x multiplied by dx. Here we integrate x raised to the n e raised to minus x using the part rule for the integration, and we find this is equal to the minus x raised to the n e raised to minus x plus n, and this integral, in this integral the e raised to minus x is the same. Here is the e raised to minus x, here is also the e raised to minus x, but in your formula the x raised to n is present, but in this integral x raised to the power n minus 1 means power is reduced here, and so we say that this is a reduction formula for the your given function x raised to the n e raised to minus x multiplied by dx. Now this is the very simple method for finding the reduction formula for the integration of a given function. Then we take the another standard function, and so we find out the reduction formula for the next function, and here I consider the your next function is that your next function is the second formula, reduction formula for the function x raised to the n, for the function x raised to the n e raised to ax and multiplied by dx. Same for the your first formula. In this formula also there are the two functions. means 1 is the algebraic, here also E is the exponential, and for finding the integration of these types of the function, there is a multiplication of the two function, and here again we use the part rule for the integration. And in this case, if we consider the part rule, so I write here in the proof, by parts rule we have, and I write here firstly part rule for the integration, u multiplied by v into the dx, product of the two functions u and v, and integration is the first function is the same, integration of second minus integration of the second function multiplied by derivative of the first function, and here is the multiplied by dx. Now we consider here, we choose your first and the second function, and in this formula also there is a algebraic and exponential function. So your choice is here u is the x raised to the n and v is the e raised to the ax. We simply put that values in the parts rule, and then we write the integration or part rule for the functions x raised to the n, e raised to the ax as the x raised to n, e raised to the ax multiplied by dx is equal to the, your first function is the same, means x raised to the n is the same, integration of second function is the e raised to the ax multiplied by dx minus integration of the second function, and here the derivative of the first function, and first function is the x raised to the n multiplied by dx. Here we take the integration of e raised to the ax and derivative of x raised to the n, and we write here x raised to the n, e raised to ax, and in integration we divide the coefficient of this x here, and coefficient is the a multiplied by dx minus integration of, here also integration of e raised to ax into the dx, and we know that integration of e raised to ax as the e raised to ax divided by a multiplied by n x raised to the n minus 1 is the derivative of x raised to the n, power is multiplied and x raised to the power 1. So, x raised to the n minus 1 multiplied by dx. Here also we write the first term as the same, here is only the e raised to the ax divided by the a. Now, we write the first term as the same, x raised to the n, e raised to ax divided by the a, and minus we take the constant present in this integral outside the integral, and that constants are the n divided by the a, and so I write here n divided by a integration of x raised to the n minus 1 e raised to the ax multiplied by the dx. Means here we find the integration of x raised to the n e raised to ax as the x raised to the n e raised to ax divided by a minus n by a into integration x raised to the n minus 1 e raised to the ax into the dx. This is the required reduction formula for x raised to the n e raised to the ax, because in this formula here the on RHS the integral is present, and in that integral x the power of this x is reduced, and so we say that this is a reduction formula. Now, we say the first formula means the reduction formula for the function, and we see that formula is the, in the first case we find out the formula for integration x raised to the n e raised to minus x dx, and your second reduction formula in your syllabus, that formula is the x raised to the n e raised to the ax multiplied by dx. Actually this first formula is the particular case of this second formula. Means in the second formula, if we put a is equal to the minus 1, we get also a reduction formula for x raised to the n e raised to minus x into the dx. Now we consider your third standard function, and that standard function as your third formula is the reduction formula for integration x raised to the m multiplied by sin nx into the dx. Here in this case also we have to given that the product of the two functions, and that functions are the here x raised to the m is the one function and another function is the sin nx, means the trigonometric function. For finding the integration of such type of the functions, we also use the part rule, and I write here the part rule means by parts rule we have integration of uv multiplied by dx is equal to first function same, integration of second minus integration of the second function multiplied by derivative of the first function, and here is the multiplied by dx. Now in this example, the two functions, I say that two functions are the one is algebraic, another is the trigonometric, and using the your word LIATE, your choice is depending on the order of these letters, and here also algebraic is before than that of the trigonometric, means the T. So in this case also u is equal to x raised to the m and v is equal to sin nx, and if we put that these values in the your part rule, we get integration x raised to the m multiplied by sin nx multiplied by dx is equal to first function same, means the x raised to the m is the same, integration of second, your second function is the sin nx, we directly take the integration of sin nx, and we know that the integration of sin nx is the first we take the integration of sine function, and we know that integration of sine function is the cosine function, angle is the same, and here also in integration we divide this coefficient of x, and coefficient of x is the n. Now minus this integration is the same, and we take first integration of the v dx, means integration of the second function, and in this formula the v is the sin nx, and here we put the integration of sin nx, we find the integration of second function here, and that value is the minus cos nx divided by the n. So I put here minus cos nx divided by n multiplied by derivative of the first function, and your first function is the x raised to the m. So I write here the derivative of x raised to m is the power is multiplied and multiplied by x raised to the power this 1, and so here the m minus 1 and multiplied by the dx. Now is equal to the x raised to the m, here this minus, I write this minus sign is here, means minus x raised to the m multiplied by cos nx divided by n. First term is the same. In the second term, we take the constants outside the integration, that constants are the m divided by n and also this negative sign. So, this negative, negative, positive, and so here plus, we take the common, we take the constant outside the integration m by n, and in integration the terms are the x raised to the m minus 1 and multiplied by cos nx into the dx. Here in the integration present on the RHS, there are the one algebraic, another is the trigonometric function, also the power is reduced here, but we have to given that sine trigonometric function, and in this integral the integral present the cosine function. So, here for this integral also we use the part rule, and if we use part rule for this integral, the choice is the same, means in this case your first term is the same, cos nx divided by n plus m by n is the same, and we use again the part rule for this integral here, and in the part rule there is a choice for the first and the second function, one algebraic, another trigonometric, and I directly write this using the formula is that, means this is your first function and this is the second function, means here we consider this is the your u function and this is the v, means the second function, and using this part rule we write the integration of this, means your first function is the same and here the first function is the x raised to the m minus 1 multiplied by integration of the second function, and second function is the cos nx, and we know that integration of cosine function is the sine function, angle is the same, and here also we divide the coefficient of x is the n, so divided by the n, minus integration of the integration of second, and second function is the cos nx, its integration is the sin nx divided by the n multiplied by derivative of the first function, and first function in this integral is the x raised to the m minus 1. So, its derivative is the m minus 1 x raised to the power m minus 2 and here multiplied by dx. Now, we write this as lastly x raised to the m cos nx divided by n plus, here we multiplied this m by n to the bracket and we get m and this n and n as the n square multiplied by the x raised to the m minus 1 multiplied by sin nx minus, we multiplied this m divided by n to this integral also. So, m by n, and for writing this integral we take the constant again outside the integration and we get that constants are the m minus 1 and divided by n. So, I write here m multiplied by, here is the cos nx and minus the m, this m minus 1 and divided by n multiplied by n is the n square integration x raised to the power m minus 2 multiplied by sin nx into the dx. Now, here if we integrate the two functions x raised to the m sin nx dx as the minus x raised to the m cos nx divided by n plus m by n square x raised to the m minus 1 sin nx minus m minus 1 divided by n square integration of x raised to the power m minus 2 and here sin nx multiplied by dx. Now, in this the integral present in the RHS containing the two functions, one is the algebraic, another is trigonometric, but this trigonometric function is same as that of this, means here is the sin nx, in this case both the integral consisting of this sin function and the multiplied function is the algebraic, but in the given function there is a power x raised to the m and in this integral x raised to the power m minus 2, and so this is the required reduction formula for integration of the x raised to the m multiplied by sin nx into the dx. There is a same formula for the x raised to the m multiplied by the cos nx into the dx. We replace only the function for finding that, means the your fourth formula is the reduction formula for integration of x raised to the m multiplied by cos nx into the dx, means the sin trigonometry is converted in the form of the cosine, means that case also one algebraic, another is the trigonometric, but trigonometric is the cosine. So, your choice is the same, means the using this word algebraic is the order of the algebraic or algebraic function is before than that of the trigonometry. So, your choice is the same. If we use the part rule for finding the integration of this, your choice is the first function is the algebraic and second function is the trigonometric. So, I change here only the sin nx as the cos nx, and if we consider the u is the x raised to the m and v is the cos nx, and then we use the your part rule for the integration. So, we write the your formula is the x raised to the m cos nx multiplied by dx as the first function is the same into integration of second. Here the second function is the cos nx and we know that integration of the cosine function is the sine function and divided by the coefficient of this angle is the nx. So, coefficient is the n divided by n minus using the rule we write integration of this second function. Integration of second is the sin nx divided by n multiplied by derivative of the first function and first function is the x raised to the m. So, m x raised to the power m minus 1 multiplied by dx. Now, is equal to the first term as the same x raised to the m sin nx divided by n is the same and take the constant outside the integration, and in this case also the constants are the m divided by n. So, we take that constant outside the integration and divided by the m into integration of x raised to the power m minus 1 multiplied by sin nx into the dx. Now, see here the integral present on the RHS consisting of the two functions, one algebraic, another trigonometric, but in this case also we have to given that the cosine function and in this integral the sine function is present. So, for this integral we again use the part rule, and using the part rule we write the integration of that terms, but before this first term is the same minus m by n is the same, and here we again use the part rule for finding the integrations of these two. Now, the choice is same. First is the algebraic, another is the trigonometric, means V is the trigonometry. So, first function is the same, x raised to m minus 1 is the same into integration of second, and here multiplied by integration of this second function, means this is your first function and this is your second function. So, integration of this second function is the, we know that integration of sine function is the minus cosine function divided by coefficient of this x, and coefficient of x is the n, minus integration of this second function, your formula, and that is the minus cos nx divided by n multiplied by derivative of the first function, and your first function is the x raised to the m minus 1. So, its derivative is m minus 1 x raised to the power m minus 2 multiplied by dx. Now, lastly we write this by multiplying m by n to the bracket, and for this integral also we take the common, we take the constant outside the integration, and we write first term as the same, x raised to the m sin nx divided by n minus, we multiplied this m by n to the bracket, this m, and m multiplied by m is the n square. But here minus cos nx is present and this is the minus, so minus minus plus multiplied by x raised to the m minus 1 multiplied by the cos nx. Again here this minus minus plus and here is a minus, so we write minus m multiplied by, we take this outside the integration, so m minus 1 divided by n multiplied by n as the n square into integration x raised to the m minus 2 multiplied by cos nx multiplied by the dx. Now, see here, in this case the integral present on the RHS consisting of the two functions, and that two functions same as that of the your given formula, means one algebraic, another is the cosine trigonometric. Here one algebraic, another is the cosine trigonometric, and also the algebraic function, the power for this algebraic function is reduced by the 2, means here is a reduction for the algebraic function, and so we say that this is a reduction formula for the x raised to the m cos nx into the dx. Now, student, in lastly we see the reduction formula for the one more standard function, and that standard function is the, means lastly we see the, we find the reduction formula for the function, and that function is the x raised to the power m multiplied by the log of x raised to the en multiplied by dx. In this formula also we have to given that the two functions, in any reduction formula for the product of the two functions we use the part rule. Method is the same, means here in the solution we consider also by parts rule. By parts rule we have, by parts rule we have integration v u multiplied by v into dx is equal to first function same integration of the second minus integration of the second multiplied by derivative of the first function and multiplied by the dx. Now, in this case we have to given that x raised to the m means the algebraic function and another is the logarithmic function, and see your rule means the LIATE. In this reduction formula, algebraic function and logarithmic functions are the given, but in the word the logarithmic means L denotes the logarithmic and the logarithmic function L, the letter L is before than that of the A. So, your choice is your first function is the logarithmic function and logarithmic function means the log x bracket raised to the n, and v means the second function and your second function is the x raised to the m. Put that values in your part rule and we get integration x raised to the m multiplied by log x bracket raised to the n multiplied by dx is equal to first function is the same, your first function is the log x raised to the n, so log x raised to the n multiplied by integration of second. In the above four reduction formulae, we take the derivative of x raised to the m and in derivative the power of x is decreased by 1, but here we take the integration of x raised to the m and we know that integration of x raised to the m, in integration power is increasing by the 1 and that power is divided, means divided by the m plus 1 minus integration of second function, your second function is the x raised to the m, so x raised to the m plus 1 divided by m plus 1 and multiplied by derivative of the your first function is the log x raised to the n and derivative is, first we take the derivative of this power and derivative is the power is multiplied and the function same power is decreasing by the 1 means n minus 1. But in this case there is a composite function means the function is logarithmic function, so we multiplied the derivative of this log x and we know that derivative of log x is the 1 divided by x and multiplied by dx. Now, we can write this as the log x bracket raised to n x raised to the m plus 1 divided by m plus 1 is the same minus, here also we take constant outside the integration and in this integral the constants are n and divided by m plus 1. So, we take outside the integration means here the m plus 1 and in integration we write x raised to the power m plus 1 log x raised to the power n minus 1 and this divided by x is here and x raised to the m plus 1 divided by x means 1 x gets cancelled and here we write simply this as the x raised to the m log x raised to the n minus 1 multiplied by dx. Now, observe this right side, in the right side the second term consisting of the integral and in integral there are the two terms and two functions, one is the x raised to the m, another is the log x. These two functions are present in your given formula and but there is a log x raised to the n in the RHS or in the here the power is decreasing by the 1 means power is reduced and so we say that this is a reduction formula for the your given function x raised to the m log x raised to the n multiplied by dx. Thank you.